Hello and welcome to Flory Models. Here we are with you on the 7th of October 2022, day one, or the beginning of Flory Fest. So Flory Fest was something that we basically was born out of COVID-19 and obviously the lack of shows because no one could go anywhere during lockdown and things like that. So what we decided to do was put on our own show, if you like, over the weekend. So not only this is for members, obviously the members have got their side of it as well, but it's for non-members as well. So we're going to be right the way over social media. So we've got loads going on with this one. As you can see, we've got a full sort of itinerary for you. We're going to be starting Saturday morning, 10 a.m. till 12. And then we'll be back with you in the afternoon, 2 till 4. Then it's quiz night on Saturday night. So grab yourself a drink, some snacks, and it's basically a laugh and just a giggle because, well, none of us get any of the questions right. But if you want to join in with us on that one as well, that's going to be between 7:30 and 9. And then on Sunday, it's a repeat really of Saturday where it's going to be 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then obviously back in the afternoon between 2 and 4. We might go on longer than those times, but you know what it's like. So throughout those entire 2 days, you're going to have live builds. So we're going to be doing building work, building along with you. I'm going to do some specific demos as well. So I'm going to do different demos with you throughout the 2 days as well. So we've got live demos, so we do those. I've got giveaways for you, obviously some light prizes and things like that. And there'll be chat and much, much more. Obviously, Flory Models is going to have a big sale as well, 25% off. And then a huge sale is going to be at PM where it's going to be 10% off all kits. They're doing 25% off other kits as well. And there's going to be flash sales. Now, these are going to be time sort of, sensitive. So you have to go like a 1 hour window to grab yourself some absolute massive bargains. Plus, we'll be getting in there with all the other bits and pieces, as you might imagine, right the way through. So it's fully interactive as well. As I say, it is free, so we're going to be on YouTube and on all the social media platforms we can possibly stream to as well. You'll be able to talk to us direct as well because all the chat rooms are going to be open. So if you want to put any feedback and various bits and pieces down in there, or just generally join in and share your work with us. So you'll be able to share your work with us again via social media, things like that as well. So you'll be able to post those up and obviously we can have a look at your great work as we make our way along. So yeah, join us for that. Members, you can join us this afternoon. We've got a little bit of a pre-show for you as well. So Flory Models members, if you want to join us at 3 till 5, we're going to be, setting the scene really and getting everything sorted out. So if you want to join us for a sort of behind the scenes type look and a few giggles, usual things that we get up to, as you know, you can join us on that one before obviously the Saturday show. The sales and all the bits and pieces are all going to start on Saturday morning. So they're all going to go live first thing Saturday morning before we go live. So around about sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock, something else like that, I think, on both sides. So it'd be great for you to join in with those ones. This week, though, however, and say back to work. Very, very busy. As you can see, we have part 6 of the Skyraider was up with you on Monday. This one, say, we did the pre-shading before, something that I normally don't do, if I'm honest. And then obviously this is the white coat going down. I know a lot of people are terrified about spraying white. 3 coats, job done, and we move on. So it's very simple with that one, as you can see. Nice wet coat there, number 2 going through. And then obviously we're doing a little bit of masking and up work just down underneath here in preparation for all the camo bits going on. So as you say, we started off with that tan going right the way through. And then again, this was the thing about this kit, very old school right the way through, as you're going to see. So we went through with this one with basically a base coat first, and then we came in with a lightning coat. So literally we faded back the paint as well. So centers of panels, things like that. And then we came in with a dark coat as well. And this is really to define all the panel lines and surface detail, things like that, right the way over it, as you can see. So once we got all of that done, as you say, it's quite a bit of feet of work in this one. We show it in detail right the way through. You can see it turned out very, very nice. So that was good. So anyway, that is up with you. It's half-hour show. Part 6 is up there. Tuesday was me and Matt's vlog show. So obviously we were talking about what we've been up to this week and then just generally having a few giggles and a laugh and getting completely off topic as we always do, making our way through on this particular show. Again, it's usually about an hour. Sometimes it goes over. This particular week did go over quite a bit as well. But obviously you can catch up with what we've all been doing behind the scenes as well. So obviously, as you can see, Matt was talking about his B25, which is coming together very, very nicely. More about that one later. And obviously with his bit of armour that he's working on as well. I think that's a Stuart that he's doing at the back there. So plenty of things. So if you want to catch up with that particular show, as you can see, we have lots of funs and giggles right the way through. And it's a live show as well. So members, you can get involved with that one. Obviously, you can post up your comments live in the chat room. Great feedback. So if you want a nice relaxing afternoon with our sort of mini podcast show, you can join us for that one as well. Free show for everybody was on Wednesday, the PM show. Obviously, we were discussing Flory Fest and what different items are coming out as well. We were talking about Tamiya's latest releases and lots of other new releases that are coming down the line as well. So there's plenty of those bits, as you might imagine, all right? But basically, we were discussing Flory Fest and our plans for it from a company point of view, and obviously the discounts and the sales side of it from that side as well. So full restocks are in it there, obviously being prepared for this. So as you can imagine, there's lots of new bits and pieces going on just down in there. And we've got to thank Sean for this lovely picture he did for us as well. And then obviously Matt was back with you on for his first part. So this is part one of his B25 build. So Matt's gone old school like I did as well. We had a few of the old school monogram kits in. So one of the best ones we were saying is the B25H. It's a gorgeous kit. And so Matt has obviously started part one of that one and putting that one all together. So obviously you can follow along with this one as he builds the actual interior right the way through until he gets a little bit of primer onto this one, as you can see. All right then. So if you want to follow Matt on this particular build, you can do. Obviously, members, this is in the usual suspect areas, as you might imagine, around the forum. So if you want to catch up with that one, you can. That brings you up to today, because as I say, we've been preparing a lot, as you might imagine, but this one is up with you. So this is part 7 then of the Skyraider, and as you might imagine, this one covers all the camo. So again, we're going old school with this, using lots of old techniques and things that I don't normally do. So we're going to actually do this all freehand camo. And again, so this one we were working through the actual green, putting this a nice faded one on. This is going to be a really worn out, worn down Skyraider. So the whole point of this one was to actually show you this going right the way through. So again, we're going to be fading it nicely. So brilliant job with the actual airbrush there to get the camo to that nice sort of faded look for it right the way through. So we say the mid-green coat goes on, and then obviously down in there with the dark green coat, and then we went around and we were sharpening up and taking care of any little problems with it. And then usual thing, it was all the post shading onto it. So same as we did with the tan, it's a lot of lightening and darkening right the way through to fade it to get it up to standard. And there she is, pretty much all ready for decals to go on, which was what we were working on this week. So as you can see, nicely ahead on that one, pushing through. As I say, I think by the end of next week, we'll probably be done with this particular build as we make our way through. And to be honest with you, here, if I can get the camera on, she is. As I say, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. So as you can see, we've got the gear is all sorted and painted in on. The decals are all on. This has had a flat coat. Again, we went proper old school. Wait till you get to Monday and then you'll see that. Yeah, definitely some very old stuff and techniques going on with this one. But you can say she's really coming together. And to be honest with you, she is all ready for weathering. So as you can see down in here, we've got the weaponry all done. That's all sorted and everything else like that. So literally we are ready for sort of final assembly. But before that, we've got to do all the weathering. So what I'm going to do is a lot of this weathering I'm going to do over the course of the next 2 days on the live shows as well. So I can demo and show you how I go about some of these, because I'm at a perfect stage to show you things like washes going on, and then oil filters, and then oil washes going on, and then neat oils and things like that, to really bring up these layers and to give us a really nice worn down look to it also. So we're going to cover chipping as well on this particular one. So again, if you want to follow along with that one and see how that goes on, then please follow us exactly over the weekend. As I said, this weekend is just going to be full on right the way through, as you might imagine. So yes, if you feel like joining us, as I say, keep an eye on social media. The times and the bits and pieces we just had up there, basically it's 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. We have a break for lunch both days. But then again, if you want to join us on the actual Saturday night show for the quiz, it's just a giggle. To be honest, it's just a bit of a fun. Grab yourself a drink, some snacks, kick back for an hour and a half and have a bit of a laugh with us as we make our way through. It's our sort of wind down show. It's equivalent to doing the Telford on Saturday night, but without the wait for the food, because we have to usually wait for hours. Anyway, that's about it. I've got a ton of stuff to do and get on with to prepare for the weekend, as you might imagine. Remember, don't forget, you can catch up with us live at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Say, me and the guys will all be on there for the sort of pre-show, if you like, and things like that. So we'd love to have you along with that one. If not, we will see the rest of you, hopefully, over the weekend. Don't forget, it is a recorded show as well, so you can go back and watch it at any time if you're not going to be able to watch it live. But anyway, your feedback and all your thumbs up and likes and everything else like that is much appreciated as well if you want to join in with us. If you do want to join Flory Models, don't forget now you can join Patreon, and you don't have to wait until the end of the month or beginning of the month to join. So whenever you join Patreon now, you'll be billed from that date. So you do it on the 7th, you'll be billed on the 7th next month, whereas before it used to wait, and then obviously it just bills you on the 1st of every month. So if you signed up on the 20th, you get billed again on the 1st Wasn't my brilliant idea. Trust me, I've been campaigning to get that changed for a long time. So that's probably the easiest way. For UK people, and obviously if you're in the US, non-EU in other words, obviously you can join directly, send me a message. But obviously, as you might imagine, when we're live on air, I can't set you up with a new account. So if you're thinking about joining and you want to get involved a little bit more over the weekend and get some of the discounts and things like that as well, then obviously do that before tomorrow, please. And I can get you all signed up and in and registered and everything else like that and get you the links all sent out before we actually start. Anyway, that's it from me. I've got tons to do. I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery this week. But until this afternoon at 3 o'clock, or hopefully I'll join you exactly over the weekend as well. Happy modelling. Take care.
I was not ready to fall in like I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing, and you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow in immortality. I can see you and me free in immortality. I can see you and me free. You left me crying and running through a ghost town, alone and stranded. Why leave me hoping and guessing for the answers? No